Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to this Let's Play of Hearts of Iron number 4. We're going to be loading the game as Leo Belgicus. Alright, Leo Belgicus. Quick load of the game, which is great. Now let's actually have a look. Last episode we started the invasion of... I keep on basically wondering, is this... Yeah, it is Malaysia. Sorry, I thought it was Burma. It's Malaysia. So we started the invasion of Malaysia. I don't see any British troops here whatsoever. I'm a bit surprised by that. There's Free France here as well, which would be a nice target to go after next. We're going to basically deselect that one, and we're going to basically move these troops over to here as well. Looks to be open the sea lane there, except for our ship basically that's patrolling here, which is good. And once I crossed over with these troops, I will basically set in motion new plans. Okay, where are basically my edit plans? Alright, guys, I shouldn't have any orders whatsoever here. Perfect. So once I occupy the next seaport there, I can actually put the next plans in place. For a number of them. For a number of them to actually move into... yeah, I probably would say Cambodia there. I want to basically go and capture Cambodia. Right, we got new troops. Ooh, more Marines. I didn't expect to get so many more Marines, but that's fine. These here, I'm going to be moving by train into this province here. Last episode, of course, we were working here on basically trying to capture that province across the river here. And we're basically going to be reinforcing our allies here. Is that the same thing as before? I think last episode I had some issues with that. I wasn't sure which troop types they were. But yes, I'm basically picking them up and assigning them here to the coastal defense, which is like this entire area here. So yeah, there should be more than enough troops, really, I should say. More than enough troops to be able to do anything there. Alright, good. So we basically got this little bit of an army here still. Did I push him back here? Oh, it looks like I did. Looks like I did, which is... Ooh, okay. I'm quite happy with that. Let's see if we can push them back even further. %95%. I suspect I'll be able to push out of there or into there relatively quickly. And look at these Germans. The Germans you see actually now being equipped in winter gear, which makes sense because it actually is winter. They're still hot acclimatized. That's so weird. Are these hot acclimatized? No, they're slowly going towards cold. Now, one of the things I had in Hearts of Iron number 3 is, of course, the fact that you can actually choose what kind of acclimatization or what kind of gear you wanted to have. So you had special winter and summer gear, or jungle gear and desert gear, that you could actually research as something to equip your troops with. But that is something that does not exist here. Let's see whether that comes maybe in the next patch or an expansion or something. We'll see. In the meantime, what's happening here? Right, great, great. Exactly what I need to do. From here, I'm going to basically be invading... there. Okay. Right next to the seaport. That's my intention. Now, I'm not going to use all these troops here. I will basically want to select a small number of them to assign to that mission. Okay? So in the meantime, I can actually still issue orders to them and so forth. But it's really my intention just to take ownership of all of this land here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do at the same time, these guys here, of course, are great at the defense. I'm going to give them the mission to basically defend this section here as well. Helps me, because I don't need to commit all of my troops anymore. And these are like my, yeah, storm troops or whatever you want to call them. But they're really the front line of what we're doing on that side there. Alright, the Russians unfortunately are moving more troops into here, fresh troops. Which rather reduces my effectiveness here somewhat. The same, ooh, look at that. We've actually been able to push back against these guys here quite nicely. Alright, we cannot do much here because, yeah, we're on the defensive at the moment. Look at that. Look at that. Exactly what I was hoping for. A chance for me to actually drive across there and push these Russians back. Cool. Now I want to be able to basically get part of this force here to push into there, because once I actually am able to push into there, unless I want to cut them off, which I could do. Alright, they're almost gone in terms of organization. Alright, let's take all of these troops here. Let's commit them to the attack over there. What that should do for me, it should basically make it pretty much impossible for these guys to... yes! To basically retreat. Alright, Anton Mossert has announced that the cowardly Malaysian nation could no longer withstand the pressures from the overwhelming presence of Dutch forces. Okay, good. So we've actually captured an X number of convoys. We've captured some infantry equipment of 2 different types, but relatively low numbers, as you can see. Which is a little bit of a pity, but okay, let's see how that goes. Alright, let's commit more troops here. See, these guys I want to basically commit to attacking there. So that is that this guy here? Yes. I want to get rid of that bit of border there. Okay. So the more I can push these Russians back, or basically cut them off, the better. Right, more troops have been trained here. Now I'm pretty much at the limit there. Yeah, there's 72 out of 72, so I'm not going to be able to add extra troops into there. These troops, of course, are at the Eastern Front. These are at the Eastern Front as well. Have I got more of those that I'm building? It doesn't look like it, does it? Actually, I am. What's the main hold-up? Basically, I need more motorized gear. I'm going to add a few extra there. That should already basically start the actual training of them. Alright, again, basically making sure I get some extras in there as well. These guys here, I might want to reduce somewhat. I don't need so many. I think 3 would be fine. And here, these colonial troops, again. I can already commit them straight away. Just means if I look at this theater here. So these new guys here, I can actually straight away assign them there. They, of course, are not fully trained, and you see that in them being green as opposed to trained here. But at least they'll be able to make a decent contribution towards what we're doing, which, of course, is great to see. Cool. So we need about 17 days. We're already 7 days through there, so that's great. Our Marines are fighting very, very hard. And as you compare it to basically the start of last episode, I think we started with 260,000 in terms of manpower. That number unfortunately has dropped to 204,000. So we actually are losing troops at a pretty high rate, because we Well, at the start of last episode, I think we were in November. So to lose such a large number of troops, that is, yeah, a bit of a bummer. Then again, it could maybe be to do with, of course, the fact that we basically had more troops that we completed. That's... yeah, well, okay, that's something that could be the reason. But if you look at the numbers here, we have lost about 120,000 towards the Germans, it looks like. The Germans themselves, on the other hand, have lost 1.9 million troops against the Russians in particular. Minsk. Ooh, Minsk gets to be closer. What have we got here? Well, let's not overextend ourselves here, really. Commit these troops to basically take ownership of that particular province there as well. The Germans are good on defense here, so I don't have to really worry too much about that. 184,000. Oh, we just completed more units. Okay, but our Marines division is full. Occupational army is still got space. These guys got space as well. Which one do I want to add them to? I think I want to add them to this one here. Oh, those are the German ones. So I've got space for 3 in here. Alright, let's take 3 of these guys here. So these 3 I'm going to commit to there. Which automatically basically spreads them to there already. So these 2 here. What am I going to do with them? I think there's a maximum 5 generals I can have reporting to me here. So these 2 here, can I assign them? Yes, I can assign them straight to there. Okay, interesting. So if I assign them straight to there, they're still being sent somewhere. Interesting. I guess they're helping here in the defense of that central land. Now it looks like at the moment I don't need any more of these troops here. Why am I building so many of them? Let's set that to 2 or 3. Yeah, they're pretty much done already. Okay. Alright. Marines are in general are just a strong fighting force, it looks like. Which is also the reason why we captured this extra section here. All of these are really fighting almost non-stop here. So if we look at the actual, it would be great if we could take Sevastopol here. Do I need to keep my troops here? That's then part of the question. Could I not pull these troops back and basically move them to more position where from they can actually do a naval invasion? Those are busy at the moment, it looks like. But what I've done now, because I've no longer got that front line there, it should lead to a situation where basically these troops will be able to move freely towards this province here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set invasion plans here. I'm going to set this guy here, of course, or this guy here, to have invasion plans from here into there. I'll basically create a little bit of a shortcut, I guess. Now, I don't want to basically have all of them selected. I want to basically have none of them selected initially. And then I want to only select these 5 as the initial ones to do the invasion there. Again, we need to prepare for that, same as we are preparing for this invasion here. Now, it looks like this one has already... it looks like I need to basically commit something towards the... What's this called here? Gulf of Thailand. Okay. Now what could I do? Have I got any airfields here? Yes, I do. I can basically deploy a new air group here. Let's do that in, let's say, do that in batch of 40. And I'll work on aerial superiority. Or not that one, the newly deploying one. Okay, I'm going to set that one to basically work on that. Have I got more airfields here? Or is it just that one that we've got? Now the fact that, of course, our ally now here is also here, but they don't have any airfields. Okay. All right. Interesting. There's so many British planes over there. I would have imagined that they'd take these islands one at a time, but no, that doesn't seem to be happening. Dutch Congo. What's happening here? And exactly, they're low on supplies. Okay. Because I actually haven't committed anything towards the fighting here. Basically, they're like border guards, basically. Oh, look at that, though. There's so much attrition there. Well, luckily these are not my troops. Basically, all of the troops I had, I basically committed towards that northern border here. But if I were to look in here, so that's the Congo. I haven't actually assigned a general here. Now I don't have, well, at least not yet enough command points to basically commit a new general here, or get a new general. I just can't at the moment. I need to wait a little bit with that. Once we do get that, I should be able to get the new general there. At least one, at the very least one. Question is, do I basically want to get the higher level or the lower level general first? I don't know. Let's see. Let's wait and see. Alright, let's go back to these Marines here. Lacks sufficient intelligence on the Black Sea. Interesting. So let's get some planes here into action. Okay, so we actually get those committed. Let's do the same here again. Alright, they're doing the same thing, basically, these two. I don't have much here around the Black Sea that I can do anything with in overall. So the Italians are here, which is good. I'm using those two airfields already to do some scouting. I'm hoping my troops will be able to recover somewhat. It's been a tough fight here. Pretty tough fight, I would say. That could be winnable. Could be. If it wasn't for so many tanks being there. Tanks I could commit? Possibly. So these troops are basically now, yeah, you see them wearing winter gear and so forth, so that's good. So how can I basically get through there? Let's say go for that one there. Is that too quick? Yeah, probably too quick. what's happening here with these guys. Have I got now a bit more intel that's coming through? I would hope so. Let's have a look at our construction as well. So these guys are basically, are these building new ones? Yeah, they're building new factories. I do want to basically get these two up and running again quickly. Makes it possible for me to basically get those other factories built quicker. Let's have a look. We're patrolling that section already, so that's good. We've committed troops. Well, let's move these troops here up in the meantime. So I thought these guys had... okay. Ask for military access. I can't. Ask for military access, yes. Does that mean I can ask here? Nope, it does not. That's a bit of a pity. Oh, actually more than a bit of a pity. Okay, what's happening in terms of imports? Are we importing too much of anything? Maybe not. What can we do in terms of this? So manage subjects, occupied territories here. So let's change British Malaysia to be a lot softer. So because these basically cost us political power every day otherwise, and we don't want to basically have that. Construction number X is increased, so let's commit more towards the actual extractions. Resource extraction. Right, we got more troops ready. That's nice. Unfortunately, I've already basically committed lots of these troops here, which is... Well, let's have a look. These guys got to be ready here. Let's move them anyways that direction. There's nothing wrong with moving them here in the meantime. I'll be able to manage them from there. It's just a small batch, right? So those three basically... That's the thing we're dealing with. Let's help them by actually putting some of our naval troops into here. Actually, I've got more troops here as well, so I can actually commit those into there. Okay. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for today. So thanks again for watching. Sorry, I had to sneeze briefly. So hopefully I was able to mute my microphone. If not, I'll basically see if I can basically edit the audio records there. But see, guys, I've enjoyed this. We've basically been able to move forward a little bit, not much. But yeah, Moscow is still a long way off. If we basically at least can get Minsk in our hands, that would be a tremendous step, because that's 1.27 million. And that reduction in manpower for the Russians would, or should at the very least, make a bit of a difference. It should most definitely make a difference. Right, let's do this differently. I'm going to change the commitment slightly. If we're able to push these guys back, great. But like I said, we're going to call it a day. So guys, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, have a great one. Take care. Bye bye.